Now that we have defined our announced developer time function, we can proceed to the second step of using function in Java. We just write the name of the function to use or execute the steps within the function. In Java, when we use a function, we say we call the function. You can think of this as recalling the steps that were previously defined and executing them. Let's call a function in Java. We define our function outside the main function, but we are going to call or use our function inside the main function. Our developer time function is the first function that will be executed inside the main function. In our main function, we can write developer time. This will call developer time function, execute its steps, and then continue to execute whatever is left in the main function sequentially. Let's run this in debug mode to see what's happening. First, we will add two breakpoints, one on the function and other on the print statement inside the function, and we will be running it in debug mode, and let's see how it will execute. Notice that only variable that we have in the main function is args, so that is shown here. Now we will move on to the console and see what it's printing. So we will click on the step over button. So first of all, our first line in the main method is this developer time function, and our code will jump inside this developer time steps. So if I will click on the step over button, then we will see that our code has moved to this system.out.println line, and if I will click step over again, so this line will be printed here, wait for developer time. Then I will click on step over button again, then it will move on to the next step, that is a scanner input it is taking. Now when I will go back to the debugger, so I can see like no variables are shown as of now. Now I will click on the step over again, and if you can see, it will be asking for a input from the user. So as of now I have not given any input, so it is not showing any input, but yeah, a input variable will be shown here inside the debugger. Now I will resume my program. So once I resume my program and I am on the console, so I will be writing any random word here. So I am writing random and then clicking enter. So if you can see, my next step got executed. It's developer time. And the scope of this input variable is inside this function only. We can't call this input variable outside the function. So to demonstrate this, I am going to add some more steps inside my main method. So I will be writing system.out.println welcome to your new job. Then I will be writing my function here. Then I will be writing two more steps, write code. Then I will be calling my function again. Then I will be writing again a print statement here, in which I will be writing get promoted, and I will be using breakpoints on my function lines, and we will run our code again in the debug mode, and we will see like how it works. Now if you can see, first my debugger has moved on to the main method, so like arguments are showing as 0. I will be going to the console, and in the console, if you can see, my first step inside the main method got executed. Now when I will step over, so it will move to the function, because in the next argument in my main function is the function that I have called. Now I'm inside my developer time function. So when I will step over again, so if you can see, the steps inside the function got executed. Now I am resuming my code again. So it will ask for the user input. So I am typing panda here and clicking enter. So if you can see, my function got executed, and again these two steps are also executed, and it stops on the next breakpoint where I have given my function name again. And these two steps are executed that are after this function in the main method. So now what I will do, I will step over again. So if you can see, it's again inside the developer TTime function, and it will execute all the steps inside that function again similarly. Now I will resume the program, or I will type year here and press enter, and I'm resuming the program. And if you can see, my last step, get promoted, got printed. So this is how our function is executing. Whenever we hit the play button and execute a program, the main function is automatically called and used. Every time we have been writing code, we have been defining the main function that's automatically called at execution. It's all coming together. In the next lesson, we will make a new function that's a little more complex.